For the past few months, and especially the past few days, there's been a lot of talk about tax havens by our current regime. This notion that some of these corporations are sending some of their money offshore to these low-tax places in order to cheat Uncle Sam. Let's think about this for a moment. The sheer existence of these tax havens indicates that those particular places, whether it be in the Caribbean or some of the European countries, have low tax rates. Those governments can support themselves without really high amounts of revenue. Now, is it their fault that the United States cannot live by its own means, and that the United States has to force its will upon the rest of the world in trying to raise everyone else's taxes because we can't live with a low tax rate? Sounds like bullying to me. Almost extortion pertaining to other countries, saying you're going to have to raise your taxes because, well, we did. We're going to tell you what to do. Well, let's even take this another step. Even with the United States, a case can be made that there are certain tax havens. Consider those states that do not have a sales tax. I know of one state in particular. In their neighboring state, their citizens drive up, buy their goods in that state without sales tax, and then drive back. Of course, their home state then charges them a usage tax to try to make up for it because of, well, they live next door to a tax haven. What about those states that have no income tax? Are those tax havens? Because I could work and live in those states and not have to worry about paying an income tax? Of course, chances are they probably have a higher property tax or a higher sales tax. That's fine. I just buy my goods someplace where it doesn't have its high sales tax. But you see, this whole notion of low taxes being a bad thing is only bad if you're not getting your revenue because someone else is even lower than you. Maybe the solution is not to force those other countries to raise their tax rates to conform to our rules. Maybe we need to lower ours so that those tax havens are no longer as advantageous. Apparently they never thought about that. In fact, others have. I think I remember something about John Galt being asked about that. What can we do in terms of our income taxes? His response to the powers that be were, eliminate them. Oh, no, we can't do that. Hey, you asked my opinion. That was John Galt's answer. And it's not that dissimilar from the answer that I proposed to our current regime that complains about tax havens in other countries. Maybe if we lowered our taxes, there wouldn't be a need for tax havens and offshore shifting of money. Just something for them to think about. Of course, then again, they'll probably ignore the rest of us.